This is the human brain. And these are the parts of your brain that are stimulated while you are reading in English. Reading is not an instinctive skill for human beings. It's not etched into our genes the way speech is. We have to teach our minds how to translate the symbolic characters we see into the language we understand, and the media or other technologies we use in learning and practicing the craft of reading play an important part in shaping the neural circuits inside our brains. Nicholas Carr is an important voice in this discussion. He's an academic writer who specializes in the uses of technology. What he's saying in this last quote is that it's amazing we can read because our mind has had to change the way and adjust the way that it works in order to read something like this. The same thing goes for the brain in terms of learning to use the internet. The brain is shaped when we constantly use our computers. Remember the brain that's reading English? Well, these are the parts of your brain that are active when you're using the internet to watch a video about cats being soft. Eventually, our brains are changed by the interactivity of the internet. It depends on which cognitive skills are strengthened or weakened in an insignificant or significant way. The ones that are strengthened are usually lower level functions, such as hand-eye coordination, reflex response, and visual cues such as traffic signs. But I'm not here to tell you about the good news. I'm here to tell you about the bad news. The constant distraction of readily available information on the internet makes it hard to focus on one subject. Have you ever used SparkNotes to read along with a Shakespeare play and gotten distracted by the animated Google Plus ad? Or you decide to take their advice and take a study break by reading a really relevant article about being horrible at conversation. Or you see a picture of a cute boy and decide that you'd rather go online shopping at Frank and Oak than read that dumb play anyways. Scholars from the University College London conducted a study of online research habits. After 5 years of this research, they found that when subjects visited popular research sites, they exhibited a form of skimming activity, hopping from one source to another and rarely returning to any source they'd already visited. Here are some examples of screenshots taken by college-age students while they were working on homework. As you can see, most people have more than one tab open on their internet browser and more than one program running while they're working on homework. If you notice, some people even have Netflix open, which means that they're watching TV while they're working on homework. This is what my computer screen looks like while I'm working on homework. And yes, I need to have Spotify and iTunes opened at the same time.
Let's say 2 hours.
Usually like 2 or 3 hours.
Maybe for every hour. Maybe a good like half hour of time of that is a distraction.
At least half of the time.
YouTube would be number one. Then Reddit.
Tumblr and Reddit. And you know Reddit, I don't know if any of your classmates are on Reddit, you should be, but there's so many things that you can just enjoy, and especially with Netflix.
Facebook, Tumblr. I really like reading articles on The Onion, and the Weather Channel somehow distracts me a lot.
But sometimes I can just get distracted reading like news articles, which I wouldn't consider to be completely distractions because I'm still learning. For me, I think it's more just getting the information coming in. So I'll have to go read an article or read the front page of Reddit, or even if I'm working on homework, I'll have something playing on YouTube in the background, just so I'm hearing something. There's some sort of media coming at me.
Like, say I'm going online to look up a recipe or something specific, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go online and look this up, and then, you know, you see something else, or you see a link for something else, and so you want to click on that. And so, yeah, definitely like overwhelmed with the amount of information that you can just get out there when you're just trying to find something specific, and you find it very easily, but then you of course, you see all these other things and you want to take advantage.
I love reading, and I spent this entire summer trying to read Infinite Jest, and I never really got through it because every time I would sit down to read, I would get so tired, and my eyes would be sore from looking at the text for such a long time that I would close my eyes, and sometimes I would fall asleep, or I would use any excuse I could to get up and do something else. Like I would get distracted by my phone, or I would get up and do something else because I was so exhausted from reading the book. And I never had that problem before. I used to read Harry Potter in like 2 days, so I don't know, I've just been having a lot of trouble focusing lately.
You know, reading a book, like sitting down to read like something with descriptions and character setup and, you know, everything they're describing the setting. But when you're reading something on the internet, it's like, okay, I got the information, I got it fast, like I'm done, you know? So you have to slow your brain down, especially like getting back, like I said, I have to like reread something again because I was thinking about something else, and because we multitask on the internet.
In Prowse the Squid, Marianne Wolf says, "The assumption that more and faster are necessarily better requires vigorous questioning, especially since this assumption already increasingly influences everything in American society, including how we hear and how we learn, with doubtful benefits. For example, will the accelerated rate of change already experienced by our children have consequences that radically affect the quality of attention that can transform a word into a thought and a thought into a world of possibility? Will the present generation become so accustomed to immediate access to on-screen information that the range of attentional, inferential, and reflective capacities in the recent reading brain will become less developed?" The most important thing here is that you acknowledge and understand the extent to which your brain has changed due to your interaction with technology. We can't avoid using our computers and the internet as an important medium for research and communication. Fortunately, the brain is an amazing muscle that can be strengthened through exercise. You can combat this alteration to your attention span by consciously making efforts to spend time away from the distractions of technology. Enjoy a nice conversation over dinner without the interruptions of your cell phone. Or you can walk home from school without listening to your iPod and just take time to reflect upon your day. Or you can even learn something new like knitting or playing an instrument.
So, rather than staying in the house on the internet and having distractions all day, we're here in the outdoors in a park examining some of the beauty of nature